What's good? What's up? And welcome. It's the evening. I don't normally record in the evening, but today I was feeling like it, what's up. And honestly, this is kind of a freestyle video. I want to record something. I want to leave a message to myself, but also to, the people that might see this. Why not? And I want to talk, I think, about staying consistent on your journey and the difficulties and how to do that, how to stay consistent, because it's something I've struggled with tremendously, bro. Tremendously. So staying consistent. So by stay consistent on your journey, I mean following a routine, a daily routine that is gonna lead you towards the goals that you want to achieve, A routine that develops you in the ways that you want and need to become the man of which the goals are just a consequence of his identity, or your identity, how you want to phrase it. So you need to become a certain kind of man, and by being that certain kind of man, the goals that you want to achieve just follow from the identity that you have built. If you are the kind of man that is confident around women and the kind of man that's disciplined and masculine, of course you are gonna get the kind of women that you want. That's just the natural way of the universe. That's how things work. And staying consistent on this lifestyle, and most specifically the lifestyle that puts you on the correct path of self-improvement and brings you that life of peace and serenity and fulfillment and happiness that we always talk about, That's a difficult path to stay on. Consistently staying on that is difficult, because the way in which we are hardwired is to naturally crave that gratification, that feel good. That's the I think, as Schopenhauer puts it, that's the will to life, basically. That's what drives you to do things. That will to life, and that will to life, that seeks that gratification, that feel good. It's that animalistic part of the brain, the lizard brain, that stimulates you to act in certain ways. That's why when you're horny, you go and think, oh, let me masturbate, But that's not gonna be good for you, bro. You're not gonna feel good after it. But you still do it because in that moment of, in that lapse of focus, that's when you're most susceptible to falling into the claws of these habits that corrupt the mind, and that honestly don't make you happy at all. Only in the moment they make you happy. And that is why it's difficult to escape from that. and staying consistent on the correct path. Because once you fall into the claws of these vices, then they leave you empty. And the only way for you to feel good as quickly as possible is to keep doing them. And then you fall into this vicious cycle. That is why it takes a hell of a lot of mental fortitude and strength to escape out of a rut. Because you need to just accept that you're gonna feel like trash if you've been doing the bad things for a long time. You need to accept that if you're gonna wanna get out of it and change your life and stick to a good path that truly will fulfill you and make you happy, then you need to accept the fact that you will need to suffer for some time. The suffering will end, and you will be grateful for it that you put yourself through it, because that's the only way to get out of a situation like that. You need to suffer before you see light at the end of the tunnel. But that's for the people that reach the depths of the of the darkness. You need to reach the depths of the darkness to realize that you want to escape from that and change your life. That's why, things like your fuck this event, the FTEs, having moments in your life in which you realize that you need to change your life because you're falling so deeply. That's why they're so important, because that opens your eyes to making that change. That's why I'm so grateful for God and for this universe that it blessed me, that it made me suffer. Because without that suffering, I would not have been here. Wouldn't have been the person I am. My path would have been different, and that's why I have faith, and I put all of my trust in that this path that I've embarked on, that's the correct path for me, and that everything will go as I want it to go. Because otherwise, if this path was not the correct path and was not the path that was meant to be for me, then the universe wouldn't have enlightened me in this way. That's why I put my faith into it. That's why, like I mentioned in a video, you need to live a life of philosophy. You need to have something to hold on to in the moments of darkness. So, staying consistent. If you haven't been consistent, then what do you need to do first? This is what I have experienced firsthand. You need to accept that you're gonna feel like trash if you're gonna deprive yourself of all these vices, because the mind has been programmed to only be able to sustain on these bad things. Now you're gonna need to learn to live without these things, and it's gonna hurt. Only for a while, but it's gonna hurt badly. It's gonna hurt very badly. But it's all worth it, because after that you're gonna feel good. And you need to trust me on that, because I feel amazing, and I will never. I believe that I will never fall back onto that, because I have suffered. And I never wanna suffer like that again. If it comes to it, then I have faith that I will always be able to escape, because I've done it now a few times. But firstly, you need to suffer. And then you need to have discipline. You need to do the things. You need to just tell yourself to do the things, because you need to know, maybe by having suffered and having experienced the benefits of staying consistent on this path, but you need to know deep down that by staying disciplined, that's the only way in which you will achieve the life that you want to live. You need to know that even though you really, really don't want to stay consistent, you don't want to wake up early at the same time every day and meditate and journal and hit the gym and read books and do hard work and to not waste your time on social media and watching reels on Instagram and fapping and watching movies all day and doing all this bullshit. You need to realize that by not doing these things, that you will end up on the correct path and that you will achieve the life that you want. Because that's the only way. You need to have something that you can put your hope into. Because otherwise you're not gonna be able to stay consistent. You need to have the discipline to just do the things no matter what, regardless of how you feel. If there's days that you feel down, that you wake up and you don't feel like it, because there will be a lot of those days, and I have had a lot of those days in which I think, man, I feel like crap, and I don't want to work hard and do the things that I gotta do to achieve my goals. Then I realized to myself, you know what, I'm just gonna do it anyway. And what do you figure? At the end of the day, I always feel better. I always look back on the day and I think, damn, that was a beautiful day, because I did the things that I gotta do, and I did the things that are good for my future self. And that's why I'm proud of myself, that I'm doing the things that will actually help my future self. And that's how you cultivate the self-love and the self-respect that you need to go on and to feel fulfilled within yourself, and not needing these external things. That's what you gotta do. You need to have this discipline, this unwavering discipline, and knowing that you just gotta do the things and that it always will pay off. Because you will never feel good after you masturbate when you know you shouldn't, because it makes you fucking awkward and anxious, and it makes you thirsty and lustful, and that's not the way in which women want to perceive you. For example, or that eating junk food might taste nice, but that won't contribute to your fitness success and your health. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of trials and tribulations to realize that staying disciplined no matter what is what you should do. It takes a lot of trials and tribulations, and I'm happy that I failed multiple times. I'm grateful. That's why I don't see failures in these dark moments as bad memories, because only through these lessons and these sufferings, that's when you're gonna learn. But you need to learn from it. You need to reflect upon them. Every time you go through something, bro, I can't speak, bro, but every time you go through something, bro, you gotta really meditate on it and really think, how can I change my life so that this won't happen again? And it will make you strong, because you have the experience of the pain. Suffering as a man is not bad. That's how you grow. You need to have suffered, because otherwise you're oblivious to the how this world works. So to stay consistent, you need to suffer, and you need You need to develop your discipline, honestly. And oh my, how it feels so good to be disciplined and to do the right things, because you feel like you're doing the things that you really want to do, and that feels so good. Because everybody wants to be disciplined, but nobody can fulfill that task, because not everyone. A lot of people can't fulfill that task because it's hard. It's almost against our nature. Crazy. But it's the thing that feels the best. So really think about it. Really think about it and stay consistent, or at least learn from your mistakes and from difficult times, and suffer. If you need to suffer, you suffer. Because life is not easy, but life isn't bleak and dark. These lessons, they're valuable. Life is good, you know. Everything you experience in life is a part of the human experience. It's a part of how things work in this universe. So really think about it, and I'll see you in the next.